Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2021 My Team Career, this time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Before we get to it, head down below, like and subscribe, this helps a lot, and let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around the Singapore Grand Prix, of course, over here. A really cool track, and actually a track that I haven't really played in kind of like the other earlier games, you know, last year's game and stuff like that, but it's a track that I actually find I do quite well at actually. Even with higher AI, it's still fun, and I can actually still drive this circuit quite well. And well, it's just such a fun circuit because again, nice flowing corners. You know, you've got some space where you can actually kind of go beyond the kind of like track limit with like one tire to get like a better line through the next corner. Of course, this through over the bridge. You know, you've got a chance to maybe sometimes get someone, but you can swing out over that. Actually, swing out a bit too far. And lost time on the exit as we actually nearly spun it as well. So we do lose about 3/10 over there, which is not good. But over here, once again, you can take a more kind of neater line, I guess. You don't have to, you know, cut through straight back. And it's just such a nice track. I don't know how to describe this, but I find this track really exciting. And hopefully, of course, I'm pretty sure it's back this year, if I'm not mistaken. And with these cars, hopefully it's not going to be as much as of a DRS train as it normally is, and hopefully there's going to be an exciting race over there. And yes, as we qualify P4, those 3/10 cost us. We might have even been P2 behind our teammate Carlos Sainz over there, but not this time around. Carlos Sainz in pole, Jack Aitken in second place, Leclerc in third place. Let's see what we can do during the race.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula 1 returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here, just 107 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Jack Aitken completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, red, Yuki Tsunoda, and Gasly, Verstappen, Vettel, Norris and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Bottas, Louis Delatraz and Joe, Ocon, Lundgaard, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Mazepin, Giovinazzi. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nobuharu Matsushita. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are lined up in P4 with our main championship rival Pierre Gasly a little bit further down behind us, which is good, in P6 as we get a okay start, not the best, not the worst. I'm actually getting challenged by Gasly and Tsunoda over here, but we actually managed to get through and actually overtake. Well, Leclerc drops down a bit, so actually overtake Leclerc up into P3, and Leclerc actually drops down to P5, and Pierre Gasly is right behind us. Now, I'm pretty sure we are something like 7 points behind him in in the championship, so we want to get as far forwards as possible, and hope that Pierre Gasly falls back a bit, because we need as much points over him as possible, because of course this is the second to last race. The next episode is going to be the last race at the Brazilian Grand Prix, because that's just a really nice kind of season finale track, I guess you could call it, as we overtake Jack Aitken over there. We kind of go over the track limits, but we don't even get a warning for that, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but you know, I'll take it, you know, decent overtake, I guess, even without DRS over there. We'd had the better run, the faster car over here. As we can see, lap 3, DRS activated, but our teammate Carlos Sainz is already 3.5 seconds up the road, and the only time we actually pass him is when he pits in on lap 6, and we actually going to be pitting in on lap 7. Now, I should have really pitted in on lap 6 as well, double stacked with Carlos Sainz. I was far enough back that I think I wouldn't have lost any time, and actually on that in lap I lost about 2 to 3 seconds on him, and as I was going in, I was meant to come out around P2, but especially that last sector, sector 3 over there, we lost quite a lot of time on these older tyres. So I guess we are going to see where we come out, but Carlos Sainz passes us, and the Mercedes of Louis Deltraz and the McLaren of Ricardo passes as well. But I'm pretty sure they are still yet to pit. I'm pretty sure they started on the mediums and are going to pit in for another set of tyres. But as we can see on lap 8, trying to go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo over here, but are we going to have a go under the tunnel or over the tunnel as we send it down the inside? As we can see, we have better grip on these newer tyres, and that kind of confirms, I guess, my theory that these two haven't stopped yet, so we get past Daniel Ricciardo. Absolutely brilliant move. I did that, pretty sure, a couple seasons back to someone else across the bridge as well, and it's just always a nice move to get done. But now just behind Louis Deltraz and actually overtaking him on the start and finish straight. Now that's actually something you don't see too much, especially kind of similar paced cars. Normally it's you know, a fast car overtaking a slower car over here, but on lap 9 we set the fastest lap of the race, and actually on lap 10 we go a second faster, 3 purple sectors. Absolute brilliant stuff, and we did actually get that gap down from about 6 seconds to Sainz to 2.5 on lap 14, and by lap 15 we actually got that down to 2 seconds, but just not enough laps to close that gap down even more. I felt much more comfortable on these medium tyres, but we just couldn't do it, and by the end of lap 15, 1.5 seconds, you know, maybe I could have 3-4 more laps and I would have maybe been able to overtake him, but I guess P2 is still a great result for us.
I think the boss will be happy with that one.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
So that's at least our third P2 finish in a row with Carlos Sainz, making it a Red Sprint Racing 1-2 with Jack Aitken finishing in P3. We move up, actually bang on right on points with Pierre Gasly, 147 to 147. So it's basically who finishes ahead in the next race to final race will be champion. But Red Sprint Racing, we take the Constructors Championships in the final season of Formula 1 2012 my team career, and it's really cool. It's been a challenge, I guess we'll say, but it has been a very, very fun thing to do, to kind of crank up the AI more than I would normally do. But I guess we'll see if we can take both championships this season in the next race. But for now, that is good. So if you guys enjoyed, like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.